Hi, so I think I'm a week 7 or week 8 post toupee fundoplication surgery, and I just wanted to make an update video on how things are going and just, yeah, how things are going basically and what I'm eating, because somebody asked me in the comments, what is your diet, on the hiatal hernia support Facebook group. So I've been getting a lot of nausea, to be honest with you. It was really bad this morning. I feel like I had a little hiatus. Uh, that's not funny. I had a hiatus, yeah, period where I didn't get nausea, um, and then because I'm not on any medication for acid reflux at all, um, there's such a fine line that I need to walk to ensure that I don't overly acidify my stomach. And I'm just going to say, I'm just having a thought, I think my flatmate's going to come in drunk partway through this video and my dog's going to bark, so if that happens I'm just going to continue, right? So yeah, there's such a fine line that I need to walk in terms of what I can eat and what I can't eat to maintain low enough levels of acid in my stomach to not feel sick. And the nausea is not the only symptom of acid that I've had. I've coughed on my own acid, not repeatedly, because I know that when you start to repeatedly cough on your own acid, that's bad news. Like, you know, it can over time cause esophageal cancer, which is ultimately what I obviously am trying to steer away from. So I've basically, there was a little small period of time where I didn't have nausea, and then one day I actually had quite a stressful day, which is usually when, you know, the aberrations and you get sidetracked and you end up eating things that you shouldn't. Well, that's what happened. I had like a job interview, I was out walking my dog until late, and I got back and I was really hungry, and it was like 8:30 at night with a hiatal hernia or GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, which is what I've got now, because I'm assuming my hernia is still pushed down enough to not be a hiatal hernia above the diaphragm. Yeah, so basically I was really hungry, and this is the enemy. The brain is the enemy of the body at times, because it just it gets urges and you do things that you know that aren't good for your health. And what I did was went in the fridge and got some smoked olives, not realizing, now I am pretty stupid, so this is probably why, but I didn't realize that basically these olives had been smoked in olive oil. And if you read the Acid Watcher book, he recommends only, I can't remember the proportions, but a very specific minor quantity of olive oil, and to be very specific with it because it causes acid. And stupid me, in my Stone Age brain, hungry, thinking, justifying it, because you justify it to yourself when you've got this type of condition. You think, well, it's olives, come on, it's the healthiest thing you could eat. It's smoked in olive oil, it's part of the recommended Mediterranean diet. What harm can it do? Well, it turns out it can do a lot of harm, because I ate all of the olives that were smoked in olive oil, and the next morning I woke up and I was so inflamed and I felt so sick, like nauseous. And the nausea went on all day and it was horrible. It made us think, like, just like about the damage that acid had done to the cells in the bottom of my esophagus. I could feel it all day, and even the next morning when I woke up, I still felt a little bit nauseous. So my body still hadn't fully been able to heal the damage of those olives, and it kind of makes us think, like, oh my god, like what have I done so wrong to end up with a condition where my body is like attacking itself. because I've ate olives. Well, to be honest, I know what I've done wrong, and it wasn't anything that I did wrong as in being a bad person. It was more like me not looking after my own health, which can be dated back to other events in my life. So yeah, I'm not going into that, but also I've constantly got a sore throat, so the acid's still coming up. I'm not sure if it's because I still haven't recovered yet. Got a horrible feeling it's not. And today I started to feel very nauseous again. And actually one thing that I have successfully managed to achieve is I've managed to completely stop drinking green tea, because I realised that drinking the green tea was giving me like a burning feeling, like a cool, liquid cool burning feeling, which I believe is acid manifesting in a different way to the heartburn. And I actually, to be honest, I'm a very honest person. I got some help from like a mental health charity that I set up to help people who've been bereaved by suicide, because I lost my ex-boyfriend and friend in April to suicide, and I rang them and they were just encouraging me to, like, you know, keep to really make the acid water diet like a project, although I haven't like fully made it as much of a project as I did the previous year when I was really into it. I have really got back on board with it, and I'm trying the best that I can in the moment to follow that as well as I can, you know, roughly. So I gave up green tea because of that, and it's amazing how much somebody caring for you, you know, you can know, don't drink green tea, don't drink alcohol, don't eat chocolate. You can know that intellectually, but I think when somebody else shows that care, it activates, potentially, imagine, another pathway in your brain that is much more motivating. So anyways, I decided to do it, and I gave up the green tea. I stopped even drinking. Oh yeah, I noticed that turmeric lattes were making me feel sick too, so I stopped them. And I also stopped peppermint tea, because I felt like any liquid going down here was giving me a little bit of burn, a little cool burn feeling and nausea. However, it's just so confusing, this whole thing, because today, I'm just going to charge my phone up. I'm not sorry about that mess, I don't care. Well, I do care a little bit, but it's not about that. So anyways, there's some more mess there. There's some more mess. Just see all the mess. Yeah, I don't have any plant pots or a nice room or anything like that. So yeah, basically, shit. Right. Anyways, yeah. So basically, if anyone's actually watching this, I gave up the peppermint tea because I thought every kind of hot drink I'm drinking is like aggravating the esophagus, and gave it all up. But today I felt very, very nauseous, and you know, sometimes, I don't know if you know what I mean, but sometimes do you think like you get like an instinct, like your brain actually is on your side and it tells you you need this, and my brain just went peppermint tea, and I drank a cup of peppermint tea and it got rid of the nausea. So, which is the opposite of what's been happening. But I actually am starting to fear or think that my symptoms may be caused by gastroparesis, because when I went to get the stomach emptying test that they do on you, they told me that I had delayed gastric emptying, and that can cause a buildup of acid in your stomach, and it can cause you to feel sick because the food's not moving down properly. And I'm starting to have a hypothesis that I may have, I know they've told me I've got mild, but the way that they measured the gastroparesis was to give me like a half a digestive biscuit, and I just kind of think, well, is that really representative of like how my stomach empties when I've ate like a huge meal? probably not. That's my hype. That's what I believe. It's not representative. So I'm wondering if I have a bit more gastroparesis than they thought I did, which can be caused by proton pump inhibitors, which I was on for over 10 years. So yeah, basically I am wondering if I have gastroparesis. Somebody was asking what diet I've been following. So I've, same as what I've mentioned previous, 150 grams of blueberries in the morning, 400 grams of almond milk, a banana, followed, that's between 7 and 9, between 11 and 10 and 11 I have 5 tablespoons of porridge with some almond milk and I have cashew nuts, which I'm eating, swallowing them okay actually. Don't know if that's a mistake in terms of eating them too soon, but I have been, and some flax seeds as well, which is meant to be something that protects you against COVID-19 symptoms. And then for my lunch between 12:30 and 2:30, I am mostly having an avocado blended with 12 olives and some parsley. I think it's about a tablespoonful of parsley. And I'm having that as a topping on some crisp bread. Now the crisp bread melts in my mouth, and that's why I've been having that rather than bread, because I think I'm supposed to not eat bread because it might get stuck, although I have been eating nuts, so it probably would be fine. I may try and swap the crisp bread for rye bread, which is meant to be, my friend told us, is really healthy for you. It's got like lots of different nutritional factors like vitamin D and stuff like that in it. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I have that avocado. It's really nice. I think it's called guac tapenade or tapenade. I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's really nice, and it just feels like it's really good for you. And I have some rocket and salad, and then that's the lunch. And then I was having soup, but I've been also having smoothies. And where I've kind of been deviating from the acid watcher diet is when I've been doing things like putting the protein powder in my smoothies, because the protein powder's got a lot of like preservatives in and emulsifiers, which cause cancer basically. But I was worried that I wasn't getting enough protein, so I probably could. There's a lot of things that I know that I could be more intelligent about, but because I'm a human and I'm a bit of an idiot, I just make stupid mistakes and have things that I shouldn't have. But yeah, I have that smoothie with the protein powder in, which I shouldn't. So I've been having, like, for example, a smoothie between 4 and 5 of like papaya, a banana, a pear, and avocado milk. And on reflection, when I think about it, you know, in a less kind of impulsive way, and I don't know that the acid levels with that specific combination of ingredients is actually low enough, below I think it's acid 5 pH. I don't actually 100% know that, so I probably shouldn't be making those smoothies, but I am, because I'm working, I've got a dog, and you know, I'm busy and stuff, and it's really hard. I think if you're retired, it's like really easy to follow this diet. Not really easy, but possible, more possible. But anyways, yeah, so the smoothies, and also tonight I actually had a salad bowl, so that's been not something I've been doing every day. I have also been having leek and potato soup without any vegetable stock, because I believe that may have a lot of acid in it. I don't know about that vegetable stock, so I just won't touch it. The salad bowl is nice, so it's like a carrot with a tiny bit of agave nectar, and I put a little bit of water in. I can't remember if that's in the original Acid Watcher diet, and a beetroot, blend it, and that's meant to be the salad dressing. Then I have some kale, which I did actually fry in a tiny bit of olive oil. Not sure if that was probably better steamed, but I only use a tiny bit of olive oil. What else? I had some more olives, which I kind of washed to try and get any, like, I don't know, rubbish off them. Salt or the brine, which I think is just salt water, but yeah, maybe any preservatives. I try to wash them a bit anyways to make them as natural as possible. I believe you put baking soda on, that's even better, but to be honest, I'm dealing with everyday life, like I'm dealing with like everybody else, work pressures, dog pressures, like I do rush things sometimes, so yeah, so yeah, the salad bowl is really nice. I prefer it when I make the salad bowl. Oh yeah, I had mixed salad leaves in there as well, and rocket leaves in there. And I actually prefer the salad bowl when I put like a papaya in it as well. But it does get expensive, like having to have all these different types of like fruits and vegetables in one meal, and you're doing this 5 times a day. In a cost of living crisis, and I've been buying organic. I've got a feeling I'm going to get so far with it and then I'm going to think it's too expensive and I'm going to like retreat. But yeah, the salad bowl, I think that's helped because I haven't got nausea now when I do put that down to the salad bowl. And I put the nausea down to probably the olives that were soaked in olive oil that I can't have because it increases it makes the pH below 5, which makes it acidic. And probably the smoothies that I was making, because I was putting the protein powder in. So now I'm thinking about it in an unkind of emotional way. I probably need to just like eat soy, what's it called, soy, I'm not going to be able to concentrate now because I'm distracted. Like kind of the white tofu. I probably need to just buy tofu instead of the protein pump. The protein pump. I'm so tired, it's nearly 11 o'clock at night. Instead of the protein powder that you put in smoothies. So yeah, this is just what I've been eating, how I've been experiencing the nausea, and also just thoughts on, do I have gastroparesis? The reason I think I might have gastroparesis is because when I drank I did actually end up making myself a peppermint tea today and it got rid of the nausea, and I thought, well, is that because it's pushed everything down? I think that might be what peppermint tea helps with, like the contractions. Oh, and another thought I was having was just like motility issues can be caused by small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which apparently, if you've been on PPIs for a long time, is almost inevitable. It is almost an inevitability that you will have dysbiosis, so a lack of balance between your good and bad bacteria in your small or your large intestine, which can cause your gut motility to slow down. And I actually know a naturopath who I saw in the past, and she like tests to find out whether you do have an imbalance, and then she like I don't know, she fixes it apparently, but it's like $3,000 or $2,000, and I don't have that money. It's really annoying because I actually, when I was feeling sick and nauseous earlier on, I started to feel quite hopeless. And then I have to try and remind myself, no, there's got to be a solution to this. There's a solution. Unfortunately, I think the solution is $2,000 worth of money. But I just, like, when I feel hopeless about things, I try and think that there's an answer and that things can be made better. A lot of the time that is through money, granted, but I hope that, hell horrible, I hope that, I don't know, I would really, really like it if one day I could get the SIBO and the small intestine bacterial overgrowth, the large intestine bacterial overgrowth tests and do them, and if and then treat it, and can you imagine, like, if I did that and all of a sudden all the nausea went away. You know, I've done everything I can do in terms of the operation to get rid of the hernia, and maybe the nausea is just because I'm not fully healed. I feel like it's not. I feel like that's not it, because I don't know, I just do. I feel like it's other things, but I would love to be able to, like, get rid of the problem. I'd love to be able to, like, heal it, because I just like hope, and I like making things better, and I know it's for myself, but it might help other people as well. Yeah, so yeah, this is an updated video, 20 minutes long, and I don't know if anyone will actually watch this, but yeah, I feel like some videos I have not had much to say, but and excuse me, I'm just so tired now. I feel like I've got stuff to say now, so yeah, thanks.